Welcome parents and students. My name is Casey Lehman and I'm a counselor at Milton High School. Today I'm going to be walking you through the Junior Parent Night Class of 2022 presentation. On our agenda for today, I will be walking you through our welcome and program overview, as well as Milton High School procedures and junior advisement information. Our junior advisements will look a little bit different this year due to COVID. We will also be going through SAT and ACT information, and lastly, college planning. I want to take a minute to introduce our counseling staff. We've had some caseload shifts as well as some new members of our team over the summer. Ms. Danielle Harrison, our new head counselor who serves students A through B. Myself, Ms. Casey Lehman, I serve students C through F. Ms. Shannon First, formerly Ms. Ferguson, who serves students G through KH. Ms. Tiffany Popwell, who's new to our team this year, serves students KI through NF. Ms. Cheryl Bohannon serves students NG through SG. Ms. Blaze Wilson, who's a former Milton counseling intern, who's a staff member this year, serves students SH through Z. We also have some counseling support staff as well. Ms. Julie Gracie, our graduation coach. You might remember Ms. Gracie is our former head counselor. Ms. Amy Barr, our records coordinator, and Ms. Michelle Height, our registrar. As I said previously, our junior meetings will look a little bit different than they have in the past. Students and parents will still receive an invitation via U.S. mail to meet individually with their counselor throughout the month of October or November. Due to COVID, Fulton County Schools is requesting only staff and students are on premises. Therefore, students are welcome to either meet face-to-face or through Microsoft Teams at their appointment time. If a student would like to meet virtually through Teams, we ask that they email their counselor 2 business days prior to their meeting in order to receive a Microsoft Teams invite. While parent-guardian attendance is optional, it is definitely encouraged. If a parent would like to attend, please email your student's counselor 2 business days before the meeting to receive a Microsoft Teams invitation. Unfortunately, this year, due to COVID, parents would not be able to come into the building for face-to-face meetings. Here's the breakdown on our junior advisement meetings. Meetings are 20 minutes and consist of the following. Graduation status. This is the 4-year plan check sheet that your students would need to see if they are on track for graduation. Senior courses. We will discuss courses that are still needed for graduation that your student will need to take senior year. In addition, we will discuss courses that they will need in order to fill their schedule. Please note that this is not a final schedule, but a means to discuss what is left in order to take to meet graduation requirements. Post-secondary plans. We will talk to your students about their post-secondary plans for after Milton, whether that be college, work, a gap year, or another option. We will talk briefly about SAT and ACT, when your students should start taking these tests, and how to report those scores to colleges. Lastly, we will discuss Hope and Zell Miller scholarship information, the requirements for Hope and Zell Miller, as well as discuss with students how to create a Georgia Futures account so that they can check their status. Let's take a minute to go over graduation requirements. Students should have earned the following by the time they are ready for graduation. 4 English credits, 4 math, 4 science, with 1 being biology, and the other that the state requires is either physical science or physics. 3 social studies credits, which include world history, U.S. history, 1 semester of American government, and 1 semester of economics. 1 semester of health, and 1 semester of personal fitness. Personal fitness also has a waiver that is viewable on the miltonhighschool.com website. Students that have completed a GHSA sport with a successful season are eligible to fill out this waiver. This does waive them from taking the class, however, they would have to take a 0.5 credit in another class to fulfill this requirement. 3 credits of either world language, fine arts, or career tech. Students can mix and match these for this category. And last but not least, 4 credits of electives, which total 23 credits. Just to note, if your student is looking to attend a 4-year University System of Georgia college or university, they need at least 2 years of the same foreign language. For example, Spanish 1 and Spanish 2. Another example of this is Latin 1 and Latin 2. On your screens is a copy of our graduation status report, which is our 4-year plan. And this will be what your students are receiving at their junior meeting. This will be checked off with all the courses that they have completed toward graduation thus far. And in the bottom left-hand corner, you will see the senior requirements as well. Credits and honors points. Counselors get a lot of questions about how many credits are needed in order to move up a grade level. For class of 22, 17 credits must be earned before the beginning of the 21-22 school year in order for a student to be a senior. If a student does not have 17 credits, they will remain in 11th grade or junior status. A student can be promoted to the 12th grade when 17 credits are earned. So for example, if I have a student who is credit deficient and they are class of 22, and they come in the fall of 2021 with 16 credits, they could potentially earn credits the fall of 2021, that semester. At the end of that semester, they would have enough credits to move on and be promoted as a senior at that point. Which courses receive honors points? 7 additional points are added to the end of each semester to passing grades in honors, AP, and dual enrollment courses only. Cumulative numeric average. Fulton County Schools and Milton High School calculate the weighted numeric average by adding up all grades in every class and dividing by the total number of classes taken. The numeric average is on a 100-point scale. So for example, a student could have an 89.4 GPA out of 100. Because of this, we do not give out GPAs on a 4-point scale. Depending upon where you apply to college, they will recalculate this on their scale as needed. Some of the classes might be taken out. It just depends on what the college is looking for. Some colleges just look at core, some look at overall. It just depends upon which school you're applying to. For us, the weighted numeric GPA includes AP honors points, fail grades, courses made up through credit recovery, summer grades, and so on and so forth. Milton High School and Fulton County Schools do not rank their students. SAT and ACT. SAT and ACT should be taken in the spring of your junior year for the initial and/or fall of your senior year for retakes. To register and view upcoming test dates for the SAT, go to collegeboard.org. To register and view upcoming test dates for the ACT, go to act.org. We know there's been a lot of uncertainty this year regarding standardized tests. So far, with our class of 2021 seniors, we know a lot of colleges and universities are going test optional. With this being said, we don't know for sure if this will be the case for the class of 2022. Because of this, we recommend that if your student has an opportunity to take these tests, they should. For upcoming dates, we always defer to the source, particularly during the pandemic. These dates are subject to change and may be canceled. Please check with College Board for SAT or ACT.org for ACT. For the SAT and ACT, counselors get asked a lot about what kind of preparation is out there. There's a lot of pay-for classes, but we always recommend the free preparation first and foremost. SAT recommends Khan Academy at khanacademy.org, and ACT recommends their test prep guide, which is available at the link on this page. Students can sign up for it, and it is free of charge. SAT and ACT fee waivers. Each counseling office has SAT and ACT fee waivers for students that qualify. Please see your counselor for more information. The eligibility requirements are as follows. Must be enrolled in or eligible for the National School Lunch Program, or annual family income falls within income eligibility guidelines set by the USDA Food and Nutrition Service, or you are enrolled in a federal, state, or local program that aids students for low-income families, or your family receives public assistance. You live in a federally subsidized housing, a foster home, or are homeless. You are a ward of the state or an orphan. The best way to show your counselor that you qualify for a fee waiver is to bring your letter from the National School Lunch Program. Next is Georgia's HOPE program information. This is a great way to have some or all of your tuition covered for public colleges and a stipend for private colleges in the state of Georgia. HOPE is Georgia's unique scholarship and grant program that rewards students with financial assistance in degree, diploma, and certificate programs at eligible Georgia public and private colleges and universities, as well as public technical colleges. The qualifications are as follows. You must be a U.S. citizen and a legal resident of Georgia. You must be a graduate of an eligible high school and meet academic achievement standards outlined on the next slides. Be in compliance with selective service registration requirements for male students. For the application, you can complete the free application for federal student aid, the FAFSA, each year. If you do not complete this, you should complete the Georgia Student Finance Application, the GSF apps. Note, additional college-specific application and deadline requirements may be required. You should check with your post-secondary institution regarding this. Here's a little more information on Georgia's HOPE and Zell Miller scholarships. For the HOPE scholarship, a student must earn a 3.0 high school GPA, that's a core GPA. Just English, math, science, social studies, and foreign language courses are counted toward that. Recipients must have a 3.0 GPA at checkpoints. Usually this is after 30, 60, or 90 hours at the college, you're reevaluated. Must meet the rigor requirement, which we have outlined on an upcoming slide. Public institutions, so HOPE award amount up to a maximum of 15 hours based upon a per hour rate at the enrolled institution. For a private institution, HOPE pays a stipend amount per semester. For the Zell Miller Scholarship, a student must earn a 3.7 high school GPA in their core subject areas. Again, so that's just English, math, science, social studies, and foreign language courses. Earn either a 1200 combined score of reading and math on a single administration of the SAT or a 26 composite score on a single administration of the ACT by your graduation date. Recipients must have a 3.3 GPA at checkpoints to maintain the scholarship in college. Must meet the rigor requirement of 4 rigorous courses. Again, we will see that on an upcoming slide. Public institution pays current academic year standard undergraduate tuition for number of hours enrolled. Private institution pays a stipend amount per semester. As you can see on your screen, here are the HOPE program rigor requirements. Now this is not a full list. These are just the classes that we offer at Milton High School. For the full list, you can view the State HOPE rigor requirement full list at the link at the bottom of your screen. Now, most students will already have a couple of these rigorous classes built in as a part of their graduation plan. So Algebra 2, for example, all students take that class. Advanced Math Decision Making or Pre-Calculus. World Language, be on a second year or above. Most students will take some of those. Any AP class or core dual enrollment course counts towards HOPE rigor. HOPE program GPA calculations. We get a lot of questions about this. However, the Georgia Student Finance Commission is the one that will give you the exact HOPE GPA. So I always recommend students create an account with georgiafutures.org to see their preliminary HOPE GPA. Final calculations are also conducted by the Georgia Student Finance Commission after a student graduates from high school. All core courses are used in the calculation. That's English, math, science, social studies, and world language. Middle school courses are not used when calculating the GPA for Hope or Zell Miller. 7-point weight for honors, AP, and dual enrollment is removed. GPAs are not rounded. Every year this breaks my heart. I always get a student that has like a 2.98 or something really close to a 3.0, but it's not a 3.0, so they do not round up, unfortunately. Again, check your Georgia Futures account to view your preliminary Hope GPA and to see the rigor courses that are counting toward the 4-credit rigor requirement. Junior timeline. We always recommend to students to create an initial list of colleges that they're interested in. From there, they can pare down to a final list based upon reach, target, and safety schools. So a reach school is one where a student is a little bit outside of the GPA, SAT, ACT range, but it could be a possibility. A target is one where you meet the requirements that's outlined in the school's freshman profile. And safety schools are those that the student exceeds the GPA, SAT, ACT on the school's freshman profile that they're looking for. Making a testing plan, SAT or ACT. Apple Ruth, our school partner, has free tests to decide if students are more geared toward the SAT or the ACT. This can be taken through our College and Career Center. I always tell students to take both, see which one's a better fit, and then choose one to take again in order to focus on score. Begin college campus tours and meet with college reps that visit Milton. We will have more about how to sign up for Milton College visits on an upcoming slide. Start working on creating an academic resume. Write down everything you've done since 9th grade. Use the method of tracking that you prefer. This could be our senior brag sheet that we have out there. This could be a resume format. It just depends on what's most comfortable for you. Create a Naviance account. So we have Naviance that's new this year. We'll get to that in upcoming slides about how to use that great resource. Begin working on college essays or personal statements. These prompts usually don't change, so it's good to start brainstorming early. Register with the NCAA Eligibility Center if you plan on intending to play a sport in college. Begin compiling a portfolio if you plan on applying for a fine arts major. So this is anything like dance, art, studio art, drama, anything along that line you generally have to create a portfolio for. So as we stated on the last slide, make an initial list of schools. So this could just be kind of a brain dump of schools that you've heard of, schools that just pique your interest a little bit. Just write down any and every school that kind of comes to your mind. Select schools that you're interested in through Naviance, which we will outline on the preceding slides how to favorite colleges in Naviance. Establish your priority schools. So out of that list that you just kind of did stream of consciousness, make sure that you pick out schools that you're most interested in from that list. Research the schools and the application process dates and deadlines during the summer before your senior year. I always recommend to my students to go ahead and open an Excel spreadsheet, open a Word document, something where you can write down all of the dates and deadlines of the schools you're looking at to keep organized, because those deadlines really pop up fast. Look at your school's current freshman profile. This is where they would show the most recent entering class, what GPA they had, what SAT, ACT they had, any of those defining characteristics that they're looking for in the admissions process. Evaluate your fit. Is this a good fit? Go to the college, have a visit. Usually that is the deal breaker, and is one that either it goes very well or it doesn't, and that's another college you can either keep on your list or take off. Refine your college list. Balanced list is 7 to 9 schools total, 1 to 2 reach, 4 to 5 target, 2 to 3 safety schools. So college rep visits. We will still be having college rep visits despite everything going on in the world. Most of these will be virtual. So students can sign up on Naviance for all Milton-based college rep visits. You would just go to class link on Infinite Campus, click on the Naviance app, go to Colleges tab. It's the bar on the top right corner of the screen once you get to Naviance. Then hover over it, click on Research Colleges, and go down to College Visits and click on College Visits. You will see a list of all college rep visits that we have already scheduled at Milton. Click on View Details below Register Now for more information. I always recommend doing this because that pops up the screen with all of the details of the visit. Click on Register in the top right corner of the screen, and then you'll see a green bar pop across once you've registered. So as I mentioned in a previous slide, really to find your true fit at a school, you need to go see the campus yourself and go do a campus tour. Schedule a visit through the admissions office at the college you're interested in. So you just give them a call and say, hey, I'm coming to campus on this day. Can I schedule a tour? And they are usually more than happy to do a walking tour of the campus. And I always recommend to students try to visit when the school's in session in the fall or spring semester, as this gives a better depiction of what the campus is like with students. So our Naviance College Search. Naviance is a tool that we have this year that is brand new, and it is basically there to help students see what colleges that best fit them, as well as careers, which we'll get to on the next slide. So for the Naviance College Search, I've detailed below how students would go into their Naviance account and search for college matches. If a school does not come up in the match, you can also go ahead and manually add it. I usually recommend to students go ahead and do the college super match just to see what you get, and then you can go back and favorite colleges. So just like Naviance has a college search, it also has a career search as well. Students should really be interested in this because I know when I was in high school, I had no idea what career I wanted to get into. And while I know we have U-Science, and U-Science is very great at the interest inventory side, this is also a great resource, and students can take both U-Science and the Naviance Career Search and kind of cross-reference. So it really helps narrow down for majors, different colleges that offer those majors, and what career path they want to start on. So just like we've had in the past, we will have more bridge bill activities this year. We are still waiting on the county and state level for those to be released, but just look out for more information to come. NCAA eligibility. So for any student who's planning on playing a sport in college, I recommend that they register through the NCAA Initial Eligibility Clearinghouse by visiting ncaaclearinghouse.net. They would need to send SAT and ACT scores and their transcript through Naviance to the NCAA Eligibility Center. The student is responsible for knowing which NCAA requirements that may differ from Fulton County Schools requirements, and they can view this on the NCAA website. Just to note, NCAA does not accept courses taken through Fulton Virtual Credit Recovery or Georgia Virtual Credit Recovery. If you have failed a course and you're planning on playing a sport in college, you would need to retake through summer school. Maintaining a healthy balance. This is probably the most important slide in my opinion. Preparing for college is very important, but so is preserving your mental health and your overall physical health. Always consider the workload and the level and rigor of classes. A lot of students, go ahead and take that honors or AP class and know that it's going to be a little too much. I would always err on the side of caution and take what you feel like you can handle. Pursuing your intellectual interests, getting involved in extracurriculars, making time for community service or other interests, and also participating in activities for your overall health, eating healthy, exercising, making sure that you have self-care built into your schedule. Mental wellness is important to your overall well-being as physical health, social and emotional connectedness, and intellectual accomplishment. Stay connected. So we definitely want our students and parents to reach out to us if they have any questions, any concerns, or even if it's just to get to know us. You know, the better we know a student, the better we can write a college recommendation or help in the best way that we can. So here's a list of the breakdowns and the email addresses of our counselors. Thank you for attending. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your student's counselor. We have a breakdown and list on the previous slide.